Today I'm going to be playing as Russia. We're going to try to modernize it. I'm going to pass laissez-faire and stuff as quickly as possible and try and, of course, match that GDP line. So we're going to start out by going up to maximum taxation. We're going to put all of our rural buildings onto maintain single crop. Now the reason we're doing this is because we want to maximize grain production so that we can then export grain to make our grain price go up so that we can then trigger corn laws by swapping our grain PM back. Now for our technology choice, we're going to go stock exchange into atmospheric engine, of course. For our construction sectors, we're going to build 5 in Kharkov, Kyiv, Perm, and Tula. For decrees, I'm going to promote social mobility in these 4 states. I'm going to promote resource industry in this state and road maintenance in this state. Then I'm going to make that state my capital. And that's going to be most of our opening moves, although we actually have too much bureaucracy, so I'm probably going to kill some trade routes here. We'll take a look at that. Now we're going to propose a trade agreement with Austria. We're going to look at how close we are to doing that with Prussia. Okay, we're close. So I'm going to put in a bunch of fake trade routes with Prussia here to get a maybe we don't want to do that. I think we'll just not do that. Because that's it's just slight cheese. And yeah, we'll go in on Persia day 1 here for sort of, they do have some pretty expensive grain, so that's one of the reasons, but also they're just a easy country to go after at the start. We're going to do some extra war goals here to hopefully make them back down, like revoking claims on some stuff, and I guess we'll add another ban slavery. Hopefully all those will be enough to get them to back down. We'll mobilize roughly 100 of our troops and send them over there. Turns out Austria did not actually accept our trade agreement because we got that infamy, so I just sent them a bunch of fake trade routes to um, get that trade agreement because we really need it. They had to agree on encourage exports, and usually you need these guys to have a trade agreement so you can get that giant trade route to them. They're a big importer of grain. Unfortunately, Persia did not end up backing down, so we will have to go and force on Persia. I've also set up interests in South America so that we can start protectorating these guys for more mandate growth once our infamy goes down. I also had an interest in South China. We can take a look at if there's anything we can get out of UK. Okay, we have too low of relations to improve in time to ask for anything from UK, it looks like. So I don't think there's anything we want to do in this Opium Wars, probably. Because taking Beijing got way worse now. So I don't think there's anything that's worth fighting the UK over here. We can try to humiliate the UK, but none of this stuff seems worth it, right? So I think we'll just let them fight out their Opium Wars without us intervening at all. Construction sectors are almost done building, so I'm adding iron into the queue to replace it, which will, help reduce our iron shortage, which is quite large, of course. Let's take a look at our grain price. Okay, it's at +0. I'm gonna go check if that's enough to do the corn laws. Okay, I've tested it. We do indeed have enough grain price. In fact, we probably could have done this a little earlier, but it's only October of 1836, so we didn't waste much time. Now, the reason I'm turning this PM on and then off is because it unemploys a couple people from these farms, which it effectively reduces the amount of grain they produce temporarily. So now you can see our grain price is +32, so we trigger corn laws. The Monday tick does bring our trade routes down enough that it's no longer the case, but we will just be swapping these guys back and canceling our grain exports now because exporting grain is just like the #1 way to get your pops to starve. Instead, we'll start importing grain from the Chinese, in fact, and we'll set our grain to import prioritization because we want to import grain, not export it in reality. Here we've got the corn laws event. So we'll eventually get a market liberal landowner, which we will be to promote to our government. Adding banned slavery in Muharamara was a terrible decision. Now I have to enforce by getting to Muharamara. Why would I do this? I'm a noob. This is a slightly bad decision for sure. Okay, we finally get a modern conservative after about a year of waiting. Anyways, we're now going to check out this guy. He's got 50 popularity. I think that's actually pretty good. Anyway, we're going to bolster the liberal movement, and you can see this is over time going to move towards 15%. Oh yeah, that guy's popularity is really good. You know, normally this goes to like 13% or something. That's definitely an improvement. Anyway, we're going to ban slavery in Persia, make them a protectorate, and take some war reparations. Now, I think these guys started out the game with this lobby, because I've had it in like all three of my attempts of playing Russia, so I assume that they started out the game with this lobby. But yeah, they're now our subject, so we'll start improving relations with them, and that's going to be nice. Once we lower our infamy, we'll go for like Argentina and stuff, I think. We get the pacification of the steppes here. That's going to be nice. Now we get this Prussian Revolution here. We're going to sway Prussia for a bankroll, which, you know, they're not as powerful as they used to be, but a bankroll is still a bankroll. Now we're going to look at these subjects here, and we're going to see this guy has 61 Liberty Desire, and we're going to grant them their own market. I believe that should be enough. Yeah, it will. And you see that brings them up to over 80 Liberty Desire, which will then trigger the Kazakh Revolt, which when we click this button, expands into all that territory. Now, the reason we want to fire the Kazakh revolt early is because it gives us all this territory directly owned. None of these guys are minor powers anyway, I'm pretty sure, so you don't get any mandate growth from them. And what else was it? This it gives you claims on these guys, which is a nice area to expand in. So I think it's just better to intentionally fire the revolt earlier instead of just waiting for it in 10 years. We've got the London conference here, and it looks like we are going to be the deciding vote here between the Dutch, the 24 points. So we can decide to go for the Dutch or the 24 points. So if we go for the Dutch, we will get a positive diplo catalyst with the Dutch, which I think is probably more important than more important than the Belgians. So I think we'll favor the Dutch here. Um, that did make us cordial, but unfortunately they're still just cautious towards us. But this should result in the London conference going in the Dutch's favor, which actually makes them pretty big, like they get a part of Flanders and everything. For a company that we're going to need later, I'm going to start incorporating Warsaw right now, because it's going to take 5 years to incorporate, because we want to be able to use Lil Pop, Rao, and Co. Let's see if I can find that real quick here. Lil Pop, Rao, and oh, it's Lil Pop, Rowie, Lowenstein. You can see this requires Warsaw or Plock to be incorporated and have 3 or more steel mills. So we're going to start incorporating this now because we want to make that our first company because it's an insanely good company. You know, it's got tool, steel, and iron, which is a really good set of industries for us, I think. Okay, the Kazakh Khanate is now willing to accept the peace. Now, it makes them a protectorate, but then this decision annexes them. Now, if we click this option, we can get some slight modifiers that are good, but like these modifiers are really nothing important. You can see basically nothing of value, so the claims are just seemingly the far better option. You know, if we click on diplomatic demands, return state, you can see we get a fairly decent amount of claims here. It seems like we even get claims on some decentralized stuff, which I guess stops Persia from trying to colonize it. I'm going to go for a protectorate on Argentina here. We'll mobilize this 42 stack because we've got a 41 as our largest navy. So we don't want to mobilize something too much larger. But also, you know, got to make sure it's big enough to get in. So that seems like a good size. I've just been building a bunch of gold mines recently. I don't know if that's a great idea. We're losing money slowly, but I think we can build into this. Especially when we start passing LF and stuff. How's it fair? I mean, 9% pressure. Come on, landowners. You gotta get pressured by the liberal movement. You're so close. Okay, luckily, even though USA was -9, they did not intervene. That's pretty nice. We'll just land Argentine Confederation. The state should be called Buenos Aires, I believe, but for some reason it's called the Argentine Confederation, just because it's a split state. I think this should be like swapped to where this one's called like Mapuche and this one's called Buenos Aires, but that's not how it is. So we're just gonna naval invade that real quick. Of course, this war with Argentina is super easy. Okay, they aren't willing to accept peace yet, but like this war is about to be over, of course, because Argentina does not stand a chance against our great country, because they are just a noob. Once we reduce autonomy on these guys, we'll actually be able to appoint governor on them for some approval on our IDs or some negative liberty desire, which is a fairly rarely used interaction. Can we use it on these guys? No, they're not parliamentary or presidential republic. Dang. Okay, I forgot to be continuing to pay attention to this, so we waited a little bit longer than we needed to. But we now get the landowners being pressured by the movement, so we can start trying to pass tenant farmers here. Homesteading might be better, I don't know, I haven't tried it. The reason that it could be better is because the update nerfed reinvestment from subfarms, so it might just be better now to go homesteading for the higher standard of living compared to the lower reinvestment that you get. But I know before it was like homesteading seemed much worse, so I'm not sure if that's being changed or not based on this somewhat small change, but also it's kind of a pretty big deal. Now, in my attempts of this, I've actually been having some, slight troubles trying to pass tenant farmers and laissez-faire and stuff. Like, it takes a while a lot of the time. So I'm gonna do something slightly crazy. Yep, I'm promoting landowner generals. This is the craziest thing I've ever done. Promoting landowner generals to give the landowners more clout. Because as Russia, you have this giant Orthodox church, which we kind of hate. So disempowering that at pretty much any cost, I think, is worth it. Anyway, I think we're going to go food standardization as our first principle. It's a pretty nice principle. It gives, that plus agriculture throughput, which is pretty convenient for boosting up standard of living and stuff. Okay, next war here, I'm going to do it against Chile to make them a protectorate. It says Argentina will side with Chile, but I'm pretty sure that they're not allowed to because they are my subject. This time I'm going to actually add in some other war goals, because I forgot to do that last time, I think. So yeah, we'll add in a bunch of other war goals, which might make them more likely to back down. We're not actually going to enforce these revoke claims, of course, because that would just be bad for us, right? Chile backs down to us. Big nice. We can start improving, no, not deproving, improving Chile. Oh, Britain's getting foreign investment rights in Japan. Interesting. We could use this as an opportunity to take British Kenya. Actually, it hasn't expanded into the third province yet, which, that would be when we want to take it so that we cut Britain off from colonizing, right? Okay, we've now passed tenant farmers, so we're going to start moving on to passing laissez-faire. We're also going to realize that we should have put the church in government for the extra legitimacy, and also apparently that stops them from doing pious fiction. Yeah, that was bad that we had been doing pious fiction when we didn't need to. But we fixed it now, so all is good. I'm going to start suppressing the absolutist movement because it's bad. I hate it. It's terrible. Why are the intelligentsia in the absolutist movement? This movement is terrible. It only supports bad things. We get an anti-French association. I think that's pretty bad, but I guess we will just rival France because of that, which, you get extra influence from rivaling with anti-lobbies now. That was changed a little bit ago, I believe. The game hates Poland. It's made all of Poland wildfire. Wow, that's it's not a good disaster at all. What's this one? A drought? We do have a lot of optimal sunlight in the north, though. What's this? Extreme winds. They look like they're doing pretty much nothing. Anyway, we'll take this plus 15% enactment chance. Pretty nice. We did get a stall as our first outcome, though. It was not very nice. Oh, that means we finally got Atmo engine. Okay, big nice. We can now turn on atmospheric engine here on all of our PMs. Let's see how that adjusts. How are these not profitable? Like, eh, is tools are just that expensive? Yeah, I guess tools are just that expensive and mappy. So we'll start building some tools and some coal mines, hopefully in areas where the coal mines will actually be productive. So they want to petition us to pass free trade. I mean, I think we can pass it in time, so we'll accept the petition. I'm not 100% sure we pass it in time, but I believe we will. The Russian dream. I think we take the extra SOL, right? Seems better to me. I've been trying to save scum this war away that Chile keeps declaring, but I just can't. It happens like every other month, and it's been so annoying to save scum away. So I guess we're just gonna sway in for Bolivia Protectorate and see what happens. I think that Peru will stay a subject of Bolivia after the war, because none of them seem to have independence as a war goal. So that's my assumption based on that, but we'll see if it's correct. Austria is offering to provide military assistance. Yes, please. I would love some military assistance. Okay, we've now passed laissez-faire. Now, I forgot to actually build 3 levels of steel mills. I only built one. I'm going to build the remaining 2 levels so that we can put in our first company as Lil Pop Arau e Lowenstein, or whatever it's called. Oh, also, the reinvestment that we have now is super large, so we can probably just spam construction sectors like crazy. Well, we should now probably put the armed forces in government and start trying to pass colonial stuff, right? Actually, we could wait to make the rural folk happier on that one, maybe. We could try to pass religious schools in the meantime. That would be a decent thing to pass. Um, I mean, we could go per capita tax. I would like to just skip to proportional, though. Hmm. I think we will go. We have such a big bureaucracy deficit right now. I think we go religious schools. I know it's going to put us in more bureaucracy problems, but we can just try to build more bureaucracy. I don't actually know why we have such a large bureaucracy problem. Oh, we've been sitting on a mandate for a little bit here. We will go food 2 as our mandate, I guess, for that extra pop growth. It's pretty nice. Okay, the war has concluded, and it looks like it worked out, except Peru gets unified into one subject. I think that's normal, though. So we'll just start improving relations with with Bolivia here, and I think that this is just good. We've got Peru as our subject as well, which unlocks our 4th mandate slot and everything. We built our 3rd steel mill in the state of Warsaw, so we can now build a Lil Pop Rowie Lowenstein. That's going to be our first company for our great country. Companies seem much stronger this patch, so we'll see how strong that company ends up doing. There was something I wanted to change here. Government administrations up. What was it that I wanted to change? Oh yeah, paper mills. I wanted to bump these up to sulfite pulping. So I guess, oh, we can go steel tools as well, because we do have those tool factories. Let's go build some sulfur mines to start doing stuff with. We need lots of government administrations to start increasing our, what's it called? We need lots of government administrations to start increasing our tax, because we've got a big tax penalty, and we need, oh, and religious schools is going to make that even worse. Yep, there's religious schools. That's going to make things even worse. Okay, we're going to need lots of government administrations to fix this problem. We'll build them in all the negative tax capacity areas where we still have infrastructure, I guess. Next law I'm going to start trying to pass is going to be colonial I think we want resettlement is better. So we'll go start trying to pass colonial resettlement. And I guess I'll promote the armed forces generals. No, we need the bureaucracy actually. Normally I'd do that, but we just really need this bureaucracy. We get the ethics of exploitation. Hopefully we don't get the -10. Okay, we get the +10. Nice. Well, not very nice, but at least not bad. Oh, I kind of forgot we had this petition to pass free trade. It might be too late to be able to pass it. Um, so it's a 100-day base with it's gonna be a 35% chance of passing. And we got like 500 days. I think we'll try passing it. Probably should have not done that colonial exploitation thing. Bit of a mistake. Yeah, if we fail this, we do get a -15 to interest group approval, which would be pretty bad. I'm gonna reduce Persia down to being a puppet. They tried to take Herat, but it got stolen by Kabul. So I figure we're just gonna reduce their autonomy now. They weren't using their claims too effectively. I actually left in the unacceptable government for a little bit too long, or like a little bit longer than I was supposed to. So we probably don't get the petition in time, but we will end up at least finishing the corn laws thing, which will be an improvement. We unlock railways finally. I think we'll go maybe central archives for the bureaucracy here, followed by corporate charters for the company, which seems, or no, I think we want egalitarianism actually first for the prop tax, then central archives, then the company, then quinine. That seems like a good order, I think. Okay, I did a little bit too much bureaucracy to the queue. I'm gonna delete a bunch of this bureaucracy, and it looks like we have actually an insanely large positive balance. So I'm just gonna start building a lot of construction sectors everywhere, and hopefully that will delete our positive balance, but also increase our GDP hugely. Oh, can we get the occupation bug in India, please? No, looks like we're not gonna be able to get the occupation bug, unless maybe here. Nah, they only got 50% occupation. But imagine if we got the front bug. Oh, we actually might get free trade in time. It's very likely, actually. I don't know. I think we have two chances, so we can get free trade in time potentially. We completed the government petition, which is pretty nice. Unfortunately, I accidentally didn't record immediately after this because I was looking at something else. We got +9 legitimacy, bringing us up to 72 legitimacy. Um, and we get the end of the corn laws here, which is pretty nice. Increases our loyalists hugely. So many loyalism. Or so many loyalists, not so many loyalism. So many loyalism isn't a sentence. Anyways, can we start passing? We can't start passing this one anymore. We would have to wait 8 more months. So we'll just go colonial exploitation, I guess. With all this fair bureaucracy you've got, I'm going to start incorporating some of this stuff. Although this is going to take some of it. But, who cares about that? We can just build more bureaucracy. I mean, I don't know if incorporating this is a good idea, but we'll do it anyway. I don't know. I keep forgetting about my block. Let's go food standardization 3, I think. And then for this principal group, we could go advanced research or we could go colonial offices. I think we'll go advanced research here. We should probably build some unis. Yeah, I'll build a 20-stack university in Kharkov, I guess. Sounds like a good idea, probably. Between 40 and 50 million GDP, it might actually start before 40 million, but I don't know. Your reinvestment multiplier goes down faster than your GDP goes up, which means your reinvestment goes down as your GDP is going up, regardless of foreign investment. This is a terrible decision. Why would they ever code it like this? Just invited Greece into the power block. Big nice. Can't quite invite Montenegro yet. They're not very likely to accept, unfortunately, because they are disinterested in us. Mexico's in a revolt. There's probably no way we can sway for become subject here, right? Wait, that's actually close. Hmm. Okay, I checked. There's no government that makes it so that we can get a sway to become subject on Mexico here. Could get a trade agreement actually. An obligation? No. Is there a state they'd be willing to give us? Looks like there isn't. Baja, I think it'd be the most likely state. So we'll go for a trade agreement with them here. Nice trade agreement. Now, is there any way we can get New Granada as a subject? I believe they're being protected by great powers. Yeah, France is 0, which is scary, so probably not going to declare that war. I guess we'll just set some interest in Africa so we can start declaring wars there. Seems like a good idea. We're also going to want to colonize there, I guess. So that seems like a plan. Might need to try to steal this little bit from the British. Actually, we can just colonize Zanzibar and then colonize that from there and potentially just beat the British. We might want to. We could skip corporate charters to get to Quinine faster, I guess. We probably don't need to do that. Actually, I'm going to skip Central Archives. We've got plenty of bureaucracy, so it seems unnecessary. I'm going to start guaranteeing Mexico's independence. I want to try to pull them in my block, I think, because they're a very nice country to get a subject out of. Okay, we've passed colonial exploitation. So I'm going to conquer Zanzibar here. Oh, the French. That's annoying that the French are guaranteeing Oman. We could try to conquer Galeti, I guess. It seems like a much worse position to get into colonizing from, but I guess we can try to do from Galeti. We'll colonize here as our starting thing to colonize while we wait. We actually want to use our infamy somewhere. I guess we can just declare like a return state war on these guys. Oh, but Kokand will interfere. Will Uzbekia interfere in this one? Yeah, they will interfere in each other's. So we'll just go for Bukhara, I guess. We'll full annex Bukhara here to use up our infamy. And then we'll maybe go for Gileti afterwards to try to get into Kenya to cut off the British from that. If they create British East Africa, that will help us out a lot. We'll move the Arabia interest to Ethiopia to declare on Gileti. I've just swapped on to the 1.8.5 beta, which just came out. We'll see if that ends up working. It apparently fixes the occupation bug, which has been going on for a while, which if it does, that's going to be a pretty nice improvement. Okay, I'm going to conquer Galeti here. It says there's some people who might interfere, but they're just random Ethiopian countries. So yeah, they actually have a weakness of military and stuff, I think, which makes them not actually willing to side, hopefully. So we'll just better naval invade them pretty soon after we're done occupying Bukhara and Kokand, which we don't get to fully annex Kokand because we don't have enough maneuvers. Gotta leave them in their capital of Fergana, which we also just don't have a claim on for some reason. Feels weird that you're gonna claim on Tajikistan, but not Fergana. I feel like that's a glitch. We're in a slight negative amount of bureaucracy, I assume from colonial exploitation, so I'm gonna start building a little bit more bureaucracy somewhere in the queue. Oh, apparently this update re-added the homeland problem, which means the homeland restriction to assimilation. So we shouldn't see any more of India becoming English. That's just a normal day in the 1.8.4, but I believe this number should stop increasing now because the Bengalis at least shouldn't be allowed to assimilate. So that's going to be nice for realism purposes. It's not going to be very nice for us, though. We would like those English migrants quite a lot. We are experiencing a famine, but it's only in our unpopulated states, so who really cares about that famine, right? Actually, it's in all of Iran. That might be a bit of a problem, actually. Yeah, we do need our opium supplier to, stop having or stop doing that, probably. So we could try to stop that, maybe. Nah, that would not be very profitable, would it? So maybe we don't stop that. I'm wondering if you guys can hear the background noise. There's a lot of background noise today outside of my place, so Like it seems like there's a constant jackhammer outside, so it's pretty loud for me. But when I was looking at the clips, it seems like you can't hear it, so that's a good thing at least. Okay, we've got corporate charters, which gives us another company slot. So we can put in a wood company. I think that's going to be our best choice. We could have gone with a coal company as well, but I think wood is going to be better. So we'll slot in that company. Going to give us. These companies get a lot of market share pretty quickly now. Like, how much market share has Little Pop got already so far? Let's check it out. Low pop, urban buildings, 65 levels. So we've got 60 levels of Lil Pop already. That's insane. The companies are so much stronger than before, in my opinion. Look at this 88% throughput on this building. 30% of it's coming from time and modifiers, but still, well, not time modifiers, but encourage resource industry and time modifiers. And we get some economies of scale. But this company just gives a lot of throughput to this building, which is very nice. Imagine if I wouldn't forget about mandates. That would be such an incredible world if I wouldn't forget about mandates. So we could go colonial offices too here for the plus colonial growth generation, but I think we'll just go advanced research 3. Seems like a pretty obvious choice. And then we'll go for education institution level 2 to get that plus tech spread and stuff and max innovation investment and stuff, which will all be pretty useful. Sure, you can host an embassy. Embassies are usually pretty good. There's a Herat uprising. Interesting. Here's Boris Vonotsov. You're a market liberal? Oh, plus support for the industrialists. That's always good. Okay, I'm gonna start passing proportional taxation here. Looks like a pretty good option of what to pass, I think. So, yeah, we're gonna start working on that because it will increase our money and boost up our SOL and stuff. Oh no, we've got a crisis of not using construction. Let's start by most peasants and build a giant textile mill. Sure, that seems like a thing that could work, you know. Okay, we're gonna have to reduce our taxes in order to pass the tax bill. That, of course, is classic democracy. We hate the people. The people are so mean. They steal all of our gains. Luckily, the Gentry Assembly are not mad enough to be producing their full stall chants, which is, of course, very nice. You know, they're getting some approval from having good laws for them and some loyalism. Oh, if I lower taxes to high, we can put the armed forces in government as well, which will make this have a much higher success chance. So I think that's what we're going to do. Okay, we got another mandate. We're, of course, going to go colonial offices here, or we can invite countries. I think we need to really stop Britain and Kenya here, but we also don't want to fight all their subjects, so we could declare to conquer this from the trucial states maybe as our primary war goal, so that we only have to fight Great Britain in trucial states. How much army power production does Great Britain have? 4,200 versus our 5K. I mean, like, we should be able to win that, I think. We'll probably give it a try. Okay, so I tried to fight that war, and then UK immediately civil war, and the civil war took Kenya, but it didn't start a play against the civil war for Kenya. So we're just gonna like wait for the civil war to start and then try to do it, I guess, assuming the civil war doesn't take it. Okay, well the civil war took it. So maybe after the civil war is over, we can try to take this potentially. But oh, this is gonna incorporate it, which is gonna increase the infamy cost. That's a bit annoying. I seem to have improved relations with Britain a little bit too much. I can't actually declare for the place because I got too good of relations. Their army power protection is so high. I assume because they have their conscripts raised. No, what? Is it just that high? No, they're in another war again. Okay, so I assume that's the reasoning. We can get one SL. Nah, it's probably just worth getting the success chance there, I think. We're gonna make a lot more money once we get on to prop tax, because we can finally go back up to very high taxation. Yeah, our legitimacy isn't high enough to go up otherwise. It's unfortunate that we need to do that to get not cut off by Britain here. Unless we can, actually, we might not get cut off by Britain anyway. We'll see. There's a possibility that we research quinine and then can make it into the Rift Valley without them cutting us off. Probably it's high probability, actually. Okay, we passed prop tax, so we can now go up to very high taxation, making us lots and lots of money. Wow, the gentry assembly just have so little clout. It's crazy. The Orthodox Church has got all the clout in the world. Yeah, with prop tax, we're going to be making lots of money. Gotta find some things to build, actually, here. What do we want to build? Okay, we got quinine, so I'm pretty sure we'll be able to avoid Russia cutting us off here. Not Russia, Britain cutting us off here. Oh, actually, do we have to be in exactly that tile? I hope this tile will connect to this tile. If it doesn't, then that's going to be annoying. We can just colonize or conquer this from Shewa, I guess. But if we have to colonize exactly there, then we probably don't make it. I don't know. Is Britain at the max speed? Britain is not at the max. We are, though. But it's only like a little bit faster. In fact, we actually have enough max speed that we can just colonize there, too. And we can try to cut off Britain from colonizing into here, which is a pretty important area to cut off from. Oh, I'm at zero infamy. Okay, we'll invade Gaza, I guess. It's always the good thing to do when you have zero infamy, just invade Gaza. You know, actually, I think I'm invading this Gaza, to be more specific, you know. That one is, it's always a good shout when you got no infamy. Now, this is my third time trying this. Surely this will be the right time, right? We're gonna side with the revolt here. Now this time, just to, you know, make things a little bit easier, we're gonna conscript a bunch to ensure the defense of Russia goes well. Uh, then we're gonna promote this experienced naval commander to max. Move that over there. Move you over here. Grab this army. Put him over here on defense of this front. Grab this army. Put a few cavalry battalions in the queue so that we can make this a cav army to land Kenya with. I forgot I'm supposed to set this army to go into the seas because for some reason the seas are like bugged around here and you just move at an incredibly slow pace after you get out of Ethiopia, so I just need to keep them out of the Ethiopian heartlands because it just moves them ridiculously slow. I'm gonna build something. Put the railways on auto expand, I guess. Could be useful. Put these on Tower of the Purse as well. Oh, these should, the glass PM should be different, right? Yeah, we need the better glass PM. It's actually not better right now, but it'll be better. No, don't kill the Circassians. That would be bad. Okay, the war has begun. So we're gonna start landing into Kenya here. Hopefully we land in before they take Kikuyu. We'll see. Just gotta land here. Oh, we forgot to delete the irregulars. Now we should land. Yep, we're in. Okay. Now we just need to hold the heartland of Russia at all costs. Put everything except for the 97 stack over there, please. Just need to hold. It's not actually going to matter, probably. It's just, not good. Anyway, this stuff doesn't usually get invaded. So we're going to send this navy up to here to try to deal with those naval invasions. Just need to hold out for a little bit while we take Russia out. Not take Russia out, take Britain out. They've also put a bunch of war goals on us. So we're of course going to try our best to not get enforced out, because that would be bad. We are slowly defeating their navies. We just defeated that navy, and we defeated that navy. Big nice. Oh, can we land the UK here? Let's try. Like Yorkshire with the Baltic Sea one. Now, of course, we're gonna last second change it to actually being a different sea zone because different barracks zone because only we can land into that 7 stack. We're instead actually going to, oh, we didn't change it fast enough, but we can still just change it here. Go for the Highlands and turn back, and we're into the Highlands. Let's go. Enforce on the UK. Quick, 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 quick. Before they notice. Okay, well, they've noticed now, but we can still hold this occupation for a little bit, and it's making them tick down way faster than before, which of course is helping out a lot, because they want to get the peace acceptance up as much as possible. Oh, their loan size is bigger than last time I tried this, which is, I guess, an improvement. Oh, they're landing us. We need to send that navy back to stop the landing. Yeah, send the navy back so we can stop that landing. Oops, I wasn't researching a tech there for a little bit. We'll go mechanized workshops, I think, is a good tech here. Oh, you know what I forgot to pass? We should be passing public health insurance. We should have been passing this a little bit ago, in fact. It's a bit of a miss to not start passing that earlier, but I don't think it's going to be too big of a deal. And here we catch this navy. I don't know why the AI makes so many generals to convoy raid with. You know, it could do so much better if it didn't do that. Oh, we get accession of Alexander II, which is very big nice. You know, Nikolai Romanov, or Alexander Romanov, he gives us 10% bureaucracy for 20 years, and he already has plus 5% bureaucracy right here with this trait. So it's very useful to save you money on bureaucracy. Completing this event gives you basically no reward, so we probably aren't going to go for it though. Okay, we finally get the peace deal proposed by Kikuyu. The British are accepting, so we will of course accept as well for them to conquer Kenya, so that we can of course colonize them. You know, it just makes all the sense in the world. They get colonized, so we help them get uncolonized, so that then we can recolonize them. Oh, UK, Denmark is going north, France, USA. This is an interesting war, for sure. We should actually go naval invade Lorenzo Marx, so we have to stop paying for this enormous army. Paying for this such an enormous army is not a good idea, right? If we can avoid it. We get a mandate. Of course, take colonial. Oh, we have two mandates. Okay, we'll take colonial offices level 3. Gonna be pretty nice. Let's go up to level 3 on both of these institutions. Slowly colonizing here. The British can't start recolonizing here because they have a truce with the natives. Well, we're out of infamy, so we're gonna fight the Imamate, and I think Circassia is gonna join as well. So we're gonna go to annex all of the Caucasus for ourselves because it says Circassia or whatever is, yep, Circassia has intervened. So we will of course return state on them as well. And grab more troops to send down to these fronts. Man, the wage problem in financial districts is so back, so stupid. The wages in these financial districts are so high. Like these should obviously not be how it works. Capitalists should not only have 2 standard living higher than shopkeepers. The problem just gets worse over time, usually. Let's look in the financial districts. They have it even worse right now. They don't have it worse, but it's basically equally bad. This problem really needs to get solved. Very annoying. I just swapped all of our bureaucracy stuff to um, Central Archives or whatever it's called. Yeah, standardized filing system. It gives us tons of bureaucracy, which we can then use to start upgrading our health system institution, which is a very important institution, I think. Oh yeah, we get some extra uh, university throughput, giving us extra 9 tech spread so far. And you know, we have 130 weekly innovation, which is pretty good. 33.3% literacy. The Imamate's End. Peace has been found in Chechnya at last. Sure, we'll do that option, I guess. Circassia actually held for a little bit, but it's gotta be Jover for Circassia now, right? No shot is holding with 90s having advantage. Yeah, it's not. It's not holding. There's no chance. Uh, let's go ahead and naval land it, just in case it somehow keeps holding. We actually had to have our naval landing to kill Circassia. I don't know how Circassia is doing so well. I guess they do have their insanely strong military buff, but I didn't think it was that insane. I guess it's just even stronger than I thought, because they were able to hold out really well there. Anyway, next tick here, I believe. Oh no, yeah, we gotta wait a while. I forgot about that, but they're very close to being able to get capped out there. Especially if we could just take this potentially. Probably we can't actually. We just have to piece them out. Oh, they're only -12, so that should happen pretty soon. Yeah, they're gonna accept it next week. Post peace deal, and it's done. Can start incorporating everything over here. Things are looking pretty nice so far. Big ol' Russia here. The fall of Circassia. Begin integrating the Circassian people. We can return state our stuff on, uh, what's these guys called? Kiva. That seems like a good nice war, a good next war to fight. Here's our reinvestment. We could probably get a little bit more construction. I forgot to turn on the water tube boiler PM. This should help out our economy quite a lot. Yeah, that helped it out a lot. Big nice. Water tube boiler PM. Mexico requests a defensive pact. That will help us gain leverage on them. We'll accept that. We'll also request investment rights. That gives us more. Request a power block embassy. All that should give us tons of leverage on Mexico. Yeah, we have projected 245 leverage advantage on Mexico. We have leverage advantages on a bunch of the German states. What in the world? Is Prussia a minor power? Or their major power? Wow. The power block. How the Zollverein has fallen. Okay, the colonized people of Kenya are back at it to fight us this time. But this time they will not have Russian support because they are fighting Russia. So they're doomed. Oh, the liquor consumption tax is now worse than opium. All of our pops are consuming opium instead now. The great opium supply chain. Opium's funding our great economy. Oh, we need more construction. More construction. Pro country lobby towards USA. Sure, we're fine with that. Anyway, let's just build lots of construction everywhere here. All of it deserves lots of construction sectors. We will blast construction to the moon. Okay, apparently we finished a tech. I don't actually remember what tech we were researching. Oh yeah, it was mechanized workshops. Anyway, we're gonna go for steel frame buildings as our next tech. Oh, we have improved agriculture. We should start building some fertilizer plants to deal with that. If we build some fertilizer plants, then we can use those fertilizer plants to what's it called? Um, make upgrade this PM. That would be what we would want to do. Why am I so bad at talking? Who knows? Anyway, let's go and upgrade all these to their new upgrade. 87 million GDP. Big nice. And I've decided to use this event here. You can get plus 25 popularity for 20 years or 20% influence. By the way I did this is I clicked here and then there was a seek royal marriage button. I don't think we really care about influence too much, so we'll actually just take the popularity for the extra authority, I guess. I mean, it's, kind of useful, sort of. Not super useful, but everything makes a small difference. Let's guarantee Mexico's independence. We could try to pull Uruguay into the bloc diplomatically. That is certainly one of the things we could do. Let's just go ahead and conquer Transvaal here, because that seems like something to use our infamy on. So I've been lacking things to use my infamy on slightly. And start colonizing Zambezia as well as Turkmenia here. More areas to colonize, faster colonization. I think we're almost at the, yeah, we're at the cap, seemingly. It's very strange that you get colonization rights doubling twice. I don't think it's supposed to double it twice. Oh dang, Britain actually managed to cut us off here. That's unfortunate. Very unfortunate there, actually. Yeah, that's super unfortunate for us. Oh, we got the modernization movement. How big is that? Maybe it's worth trying to do something with this. What does it actually support? Take a look here. These are not really good, so I don't think we really care about the modernization movement. It doesn't even care about getting onto total separation or pretty much anything that's important. We can now invite Mexico into our Great Power Bloc. That's very nice. Big country that will let us subjugate eventually. Speaking of subjugate, looks like the US doesn't like living very much. Because I don't know why you would declare on Mexico here while they're in my power block and I have a defensive pact with them. Anyway, we'll take Mexico as a protectorate for sure. And then we'll put tons of troops to guard Mexico here, because we don't want to get them getting stomped on by the US here. So we gotta put a bunch of troops to guard them, because the US is pretty strong. Not strong enough to beat us, though, pretty sure. They do have skirmish infantry, which we do not have yet, unfortunately. It is 1860, but we've been getting very unlucky with our tech spreads on military tech, so we still don't have it. Well, we can build a military shipyard and be profitable. We can try and do that, I guess, then. Hmm. Not using my construction. What am I doing? I'm literally throwing the game. Oh, I'm also throwing the game by having this much authority. Um, that tobacco consumption tax looks good. Transportation. No, that one's not good enough. What do we want to spend this authority on? We could do road maintenance or something. Greener grass, Kharkov, I guess. Okay, I put some promote system, or I put some road maintenance in Tula, Perm, and put some resource industries in those states. Because Tula seems to have some pretty good stuff, and Perm also seem to have pretty good stuff as well. You know, what is it? Yeah, Perm has like lots of iron and stuff, so it seems like a pretty decent state. And Tula has the largest logging camp in the game. It's so big. You can see our pop growth is oh what? Denmark landed us? That's crazy. Denmark landed us. That's actually kind of crazy. But you can see our pop growth is really high. You know, we're almost making like 2 million pops a year. Healthcare institution really helps with pop growth for sure. Anyway, yeah, Mexico front not doing amazing, but we're slowly pushing and we're fighting their navies over here. And once we defeat their navies, we can try to land in Washington, D.C. to enforce the war. We're slowly going to push them out of here, hopefully. Okay, we've defeated their navy, so I'm now going to land in Washington, D.C., so we can actually enforce the war because Mexico added conquer Colorado, so we do need to own their capital or own whatever else. Anyway, we'll see if we can defend D.C. We do not have skirmish, so we might not be able to. We probably can, though. Don't need to hold out for too long, you know. Just need to hold out long enough for USA to capitulate here. They're at plus 57 war support still, though, so it's going to take a minute for sure. How do we only have moderate control of war goals? I guess it doesn't count capital occupation as control of war goals. Okay. They kicked us out of Washington, D.C., but we're just going to reland it. They don't have troops there again for some reason. So we're just going to get back into Washington, D.C., and I guess start pushing out some more this time. Anyway, this time we should be able to take them below 0, hopefully. And then hopefully Mexico will just send a reasonable peace treaty. Oh no, they're not going to be. Mexico is not going to send a reasonable peace treaty. It's going to want USA to capitulate to all the demands, which is unfortunate. But yeah, they have too much negative peace acceptance here to accept just one, pretty sure, unfortunately. Oh, my loud noises outside just ended. That's very nice. Um, oh, they knocked us out of it again. Okay, time to reland. Um, we wait for morale to go up, and then we instantly reland. Oh yeah, it's stupid that the morale goes up so fast, and it takes forever for it to get the final point of morale. Uh, eventually you'll get this final point of morale, and then we can reland. This should be the final relanding. They're really low war support now. I'm pretty sure they're pretty close to just accepting the peace anyway. Oh, what? They're gonna white peace here? Or they're not white peace because they think I wouldn't accept it. I don't know why they're not proposing a white peace. Um, okay, we've got 2 more navies we need to defeat. Dang. This army has been stuck at 99% morale for so long. What's wrong with it? You know, supply is at 100%. What is wrong? I don't know. Why is morale not 100%? Come on, guys. You just need to get that final point of morale, bro. Uh, So close. Some of these units are at 100%. Which units aren't at 100%? Oh, you aren't. Okay, that's because you have no manpower. We'll just delete you as a unit. Yeah, there we go. That makes us land. Nice. So now now USA should surely be willing to peace out, right? No? Okay. Well, I guess we'll just take you down to negative 100 then. Which is gonna happen in like a second here. Okay, USA, you just wanna get ticked down to negative 100? I mean, like, just I know you have plus 37 from White Piece here, but surely you don't care about Colorado and American war refs that much, right? I guess they do. Well, there goes there goes the war. You have big Mexico here as our great protectorate. We also aren't spending our money. Hmm. Well, we're just still running a positive balance. We need even more constructions. It seems like 1.8.4 just like giga-charged economy because you get the companies are just so strong. Companies are insane right now, seemingly. It's like the wood company doesn't own that much of our wood, but Lil Pop owns so much of our stuff. It's crazy. He owns like roughly 80% of it, I think, which is just pretty insane. That's a big uprising in China. The Northern Manchuria uprising. Why does the Han as a primary culture? That doesn't make much sense. Dang, we can't ask for become protectorate on it. So I think we want this thing to lose so that these states stay unincorporated so we can take them for less infamy. Oh yeah, we had 0 infamy. There's one thing I wanted to check out. Is British Raj still under 100 infamy to transfer? They are. Okay. Do I think I can beat Britain in a war? Probably not, to be honest. Once we get skirmish, though, if that's still the case, oh, we're definitely going for that. But for now, we will just go ahead and conquer Fergana, I think. Let's take a look and ensure they aren't. Doesn't look like they're incorporating anything. We can take a look at like here, though. Okay, as long as they aren't incorporating anything, it should hopefully stay at that exact price. Which, if it does, that will be very nice for us, because we can pick up the East India Company, which, you get so much money from the East India Company, and there's so many people here, which, they just happen to be English for some reason. I don't know why they would be English. It's almost like there was kind of a bug, which caused there to be tons of assimilation in British India, causing English to become effectively the majority culture in India if you waited too long. That did get patched out in 1.8.5 though, which is currently what we're playing on, which is actually, well, it's a beta, but I've stopped onto the beta because it fixed the front glitch, which if we had to fight that Kenya war with the front glitch, that would not have been very fun. You literally just can't push after someone pushes into you. So like in this case, we just wouldn't have been able to take this state back. It's so annoying. For my next company, we're gonna do the coal and sulfur company because the new Russia company would have 2 of the same companies as Lopop, so I think it's just better to do this company because it has coal and sulfur instead of just effectively just coal because Lopop already has like all the other industries secured anyway. Russia has started a leadership war, which they're basically doomed to lose. They're literally a major power. Like, what do they think they're doing against Austria? 6,000 army power projection versus 5,000, and but they also have like Saxony and stuff are against them, so it just seems kind of doomed for them. But we can take a look at what we can get here. We could ask for something. What can we get from Austria? We can get a bankroll from Austria. That does sound pretty useful. I don't know what a power block embassy would do in this case, considering they already have their own power block. I think we will just take a bankroll and then, leave once the war starts, probably. We've made some pretty good progress into Africa. I'm currently actually putting an interest in the Nile so we can colonize Equatoria, because that's going to be good. Gotta expand into that stuff. We can get around the Victorian Lakes another way. Yeah. We have so much spare bureaucracy because I overbuilt bureaucracy slightly. It was for tax capacity though, so it's not too bad that we overbuilt it. Oh, I think we got we got steel frame buildings. So we can start turning on steel frame buildings. Let's turn it on in Kharkov, I guess, to start out with. We're gonna need lots and lots of glass works, I think. So, wait, peasants? What actually? So, in terms of most peasants that has a lead mine, Warsaw. What's the literacy in Warsaw? You know, it's pretty bad literacy-wise. Let's take a look at the exact number. Like 30%? What's their laborers' literacy? Let's take a look. Okay, this is probably good enough. So we'll build out all the lead mines we can, and then we'll build out a giant, like level 50 glassworks, and then this place probably needs a couple railways to support that. Not many though. It has a lot of spare infra. Oh, let's cap out of this war. We don't want to be involved. Wow, that's a big revolt in Qing. It's going to incorporate this state. Dang. Why does it auto-incorporate all their states? Cheaters. They're getting all their stuff incorporated for freezies. You don't deserve this stuff to be incorporated. No. This is actually just an insanely big Qing revolt, though. What laws does this give them? Census suffrage? Is that it? Here, what else does it give them? Wow, China's on dedicated police force. Oh, it gives them guaranteed liberties as well. What else? There's gotta be something else, right? Oh, elected bureaucrats as well. We can actually take a look at our liberal movement to see. So it should also have given them rights of assembly, I think. Take a look. No, it gave them protected speech, actually. Wow. That tech spread is actually gonna be really good for them. Okay, we've adjusted prices. Now we're gonna bump up another one to steel frame buildings. Let's bump up another one. More steel frame buildings. Okay, now we have shortages of, glass and explosives. Where do we want to build explosives? Where we have sulfur. So we can do like Lublin, sure, like 20 sulfur for explosives and fertilizers there as well to produce a fertilizer for the explosives. I've gotten to the point where I'm just, done with waiting to get general staff to invade the Raj, so we're just researching it manually. We're out of infamy, so I think we'll just conquer Zanzibar, I guess. I don't know what to do, so that seems like a reasonable choice of something to do. Britain has a port in Alexandria. It's kind of strange. Turns out we should not have this on ceramics. We just need pure glass production. The price of the other thing is just too low to afford it, so I'm gonna do this. Somehow this building doesn't want to employ. Like, it obviously should. They're just gonna subsidize it so that it employs up, I guess. Yeah, the lead mines will employ up at the same time, which should just fix the problem, right? Nihilist movement, it's needs more radicalism so we can actually use it to pass what's it called? Freedom of conscience. We can't go total separation, I'm pretty sure, because it's gonna make these guys actually super big mad. We could try to pass freedom of conscience. I mean, this looks like terrible odds of succeeding, right? What's the stall chance from? It's from the Orthodox Traditionalist movement. We could stop using so many decrees. Yeah, these decrees over here are probably not doing very much. You can start using these guys to start suppressing the Orthodox Traditionalist movement, the worst movement ever made. This event, if we click this option, is going to be enough of a improvement to their loyalism. I'm pretty sure we can start passing this without. Oh wait, what? No. Give this a tick. Yeah, now we would have basically no stall chance. So we'll just give this try and try to pass freedom of conscience, which I think is going to be pretty important because we really do not like state religion. It's a terrible law. I don't care about J Jimmy J or whatever saying it's good. It's not okay. At least not for Russia, because the church hate all good things in the world. Like, I want to get onto landed voting or something, but they just won't let me. You get plus 10 success chance. Big nice. What else can we do here? Tools. Those are big profit. Just trying to make sure we keep using our construction. Can we swap all the steel frame? Probably can. Oh, we get an agitator supporting the liberal movement. Nice. What's that gonna bring its support up to? Only 9%. Age only 25 popularity. What a noob. You gotta be at least 900 popularity. We're finished researching general staff, so we can now turn on the general training PM. Let's go check if the EIC is still under 100 infamy. Yep, it is. So we're gonna go do that. Once our infamy decays back down to 0, we can transfer the EIC without even going over 100 infamy. Should be pretty nice. So we can either spend money and get 10% enactment chance, have a chance to get 10% enactment chance, or just get 10 enactment chance. That's a very hard decision game. I think I'll take the 10 enactment chance. And Britain still has way more army power protection than us, but, we can just build or we can just conscript all of the skirmish infantry in the world with the great Russian army. Will have all the conscripts in the world in it. And that will clearly solve all of the problems that we could ever experience, right? If we just conscript everyone in the world, then how could we ever lose, right? Surely we can never lose, right? It seems right to me. So that's what we're going to do. We're just going to conscript up every single Russian in the world into our great army. I think it should work, hopefully, to defeat the evil British Raj. 956 conscripts go on the front. 149 conscripts go on that front. 24 battalions. You'll try to land or something, probably. Okay. Oh yeah, we need armies to defend our homeland as well. 49 Navy, you go there. 31 Navy, you need to go defend the north of our country against the evil invaders. We will defeat the British. We must take over the Raj. We have return state. See these? Oh yeah, Persia does. We'll take British Indian War reparations, I guess. Okay, we're gonna start a naval invasion on this little province here, so we can try to get to the British Raj capital. I've got all these troops on defense here. Oh, we need to put these guys on no borrowing, so we stop getting murdered by Persia. And these guys too, right? Yeah, these guys need to be on no borrowing as well. We need more conscripts, actually, on this army. Army doesn't have nearly enough to defend that front. We need way more conscripts. Persia requests military assistance. No, we don't want to do that, I think. Costs too much money for us. 10% of our income or whatever. Far too much. Oh, they're landing us. Oh no, they're not. That's just a navy there. I'm just paranoid. Okay. Let's mobilize more battalions so we can defend with that. Regardless. We have 45 advantage on this front. What in the world? If we mountain, I think this is mountains, right? Is this mountain? It looks like a mountain on that image. So let's see here. Can we push? No, of course not. How could I think we could push? Noob mistake thinking you can push ever. I've split off some battalions here because we do need to go deal with these fronts, which appear to be in. Oh, promoting a general like that was probably the worst idea I've ever had, but whatever. We just need to put some armies over here to stop them from pushing into Persia over there. The navy situation in the north is looking a little bit bad, so we're going to use our construction to build up a large navy so that we can not lose that naval battle. We just have a bigger navy, we won't lose it. Yes, this event is so good. Negative 15% enactment time and 15% enactment success chance. That's so nice. Wait, why are we in an unacceptable government? Oh wow, it's just all of our governments that we can possibly make are unacceptable. That's not, what you'd hope to see, but it is unfortunately the truth. Let's split formation on this and send this 200 stack over to this front because we would like some support over there. It looks like we're gonna need another army on this front or another general to defend it. Oh wow, this front is just like so undefended now. We can probably just advance front here. Things don't exactly look perfect right now because our navy got defeated, unfortunately. Let's send this navy over here, actually. Along with this navy, should also go back over there. Um, yeah, this front is not looking amazing. Put both of our generals just on defense, I guess, over here. Hmm. Things just, they don't look great in general. Um, actually, we can just, this front is like such a big advantage. We can actually just send like every single army piece, or 2/3 of our army over here, and it should be good because this front is like just so free. Like they're not pushing us there for sure. So we just need to hold over here in Russia. They do need to go all the way down to Kharkov. The balance doesn't look great, especially considering we're not constructing. Wow, the subsidies are so bad, but um, we just gotta keep going and we'll eventually succeed, okay? Just need to take over the EIC. Okay, we're sending this 180 stack over to defend the western front here. This front really needs some support so we don't get pushed all the way to Kharkov. I have absolutely no clue how we're not able to push this front. Like, I mean, I guess it's because we don't have mobile artillery, but I feel like we should be able to push this easily. Skirmish infantry versus skirmish infantry with 3 times as much. Uh, how are we only getting 9 troops more in that battle? Like, the infrastructure in the state is more than that. What? Uh, we have so many more troops that we should be able to put in. Changing Alexander Romanov to a nihilist would actually be pretty useful. It only gives a 5% success chance in this case, but it'll also help us pass total separation eventually, potentially. Where's our navy at? Navy's pretty far away. The plan is we're going to try to split our army into 2 stacks so that we land East Bengal, but then we actually land West Bengal immediately after, potentially. I don't know. I don't understand how this front isn't able to be pushed. We have so many more troops than them. Like it should not be possible to have this big of an advantage number without being able to push. I feel like this advantage number is like huge. It's only 55 now. Well, it's still like we've got such a big advantage still, though. I feel like we get freedom of conscience, but this war, bro. This war is real bad. Um, we really need to take the capital somehow here, and that's not looking to be particularly easy. This army just doesn't have org as well, so we can't land with it yet, at least. We'll be able to land with it eventually, but I don't know if eventually is good enough right now. We could try to land the British capital. Like, do we get? No, there's no way we land that, right? Maybe there is. No, right? Okay, we're gonna try to double land um, this. So what we're gonna do is split formation. Oh, will it actually let us land with a defeated navy? I don't know. Probably not. Yeah. Okay. So we'll just recruit a new admiral for this. Then let's find our army guy. Should be hidden there. Yep. Now let's add a new general here. Now we'll create a new army with all the lancers in it. Um, and then we'll try to land West Bengal with that army, while we land East Bengal with the other army. Okay, set up the naval invasions. Just gotta hope that this naval invasion happens afterwards, right? Oh yeah, let's remember to put this guy on rapid advance. Now let's see. Uh, yes, we get in for free. Okay, we're into West Bengal. Now it's just a kind of a matter of getting the guys over here before they recapture this from us, which is a bit of a problem, but I think we can probably do it. We'll see. Oh, we get East Bengal as well somehow. I don't actually know how that happened, really. All I know is that it did indeed happen. So that's actually very good. Britain, just cap, please. Oh, that's not good that they have an army there. Let's go put an army on defense there. Okay, they're gonna take negative soon here, right? Take a look at that. Okay, this took so many resets, but okay. Oh, we even get war reps. Nice. I thought they were not gonna accept war reps, but they do. Okay, we got the Dominion of India. Okay, it's kind of a lame name. It's not even called the Russian East India Company. Lame, lame. Anyway, we can start constructing now. What is this fish shortage? What in the world is this fish shortage? Actually, I need to start constructing again to get demand up in our market. Oh, this actually is the revolt. I thought that was just like a British ally or something that had bugged out. That's actually the revolt in Latvia. Let's go deal with that, probably. That would be a good idea. We took over this state and they insta-capped. I didn't think it would insta-cap them because they still owned other territory, but I guess if it's not their like normal territory, they still insta-cap, which is interesting. Hmm. Maybe we'll go pump jacks as our first production tier 3 tax, and then maybe we can go human rights or something. Freedom of conscience should be really nice, because yeah, that's really killing the Orthodox Church's clout recently, seemingly. And you know how we can kill it more? You can change the university PM now to use way less clergymen. I think there's other PMs we can change. Oh, we can also change this to publicly traded. Let's see how that changes things. Currently we're at 236K in reinvestment. Yeah, it's such a small change, but it is certainly a change. So it's better than nothing, because so many things to build here. Our market's so much better now. We took over the great East India Company. No shot we're running a 400K positive balance. Yeah, okay, it just needed to adjust. But we are running a positive balance while constructing, which is a very good sign. Very, very good. I'm gonna put this as our government, I think, so we can start trying to pass cultural exclusion. Once we get cultural exclusion, we can accept the Chinese pops enough that when we take Beijing, we'll actually get to use the Forbidden City's great buffs, the good old 20 legitimacy and stuff. You need at least cultural exclusion and freedom of conscience to get it to employ up, I believe. So that's what we're headed towards. Get some progress on international exchange standards. Nice. Oh, Japan requested an embassy and we didn't respond in time. Oops. Probably should have given them an embassy, but I didn't respond in time, unfortunately. I'm gonna build some more ports so that I don't ever run out of supply network strength again, because Britain condo rating me destroying my supply network is kind of bad for things like India's Liberty Desire. It's growing ridiculously fast. It's gonna stop growing once we improve relations and get rid of our infamy and stuff, though. Wow, I stopped recording there right as that happened. I don't know if the final second of the recording will show what happened, but China just went kaboom. Fragile Unity triggered. That's a big Heavenly Kingdom that's triggered out of that. Wow, why did such a big Heavenly Kingdom happen from that? Oh, that's... There's no way that's what's supposed to happen. The Heavenly Kingdom instantly fractured China upon spawning. Because there's a thing that reduces their thing from Heavenly Kingdom. I'm still, like, how did they lose so much progress towards that thing? How did they lose so much of the what's it called? Fragile Unity progress. That's really surprising. And we can see in one of these decisions, it shows us how much Fragile Unity progress they have. No, it doesn't. I guess it's because they already failed it. But normally it would show what progress they're at. That's very strange. Heavenly Kingdom is going to become the greatest China ever because of that. Oh yeah, I guess China did have a revolution, which they failed. I guess that probably made them much more likely to fall like this. That loses them, I think, maybe like 2 Fragile Unity points, because I know you get one for just having a rev. Maybe I could lose another one for losing the rev. I don't know. That could make some sense. Build more ports. Build more ports. Build more ports. Ports are the solution to all problems. Build more ports. The Baltic governorate keeps revolting like every other second. It's ridiculous. I probably should just annex the Baltic governorates whenever I can. Whenever my other subjects won't get way too much liberty desire from that, because it's just kind of ridiculous how much they've been revolting this whole game. Just revolt every couple of years, you know. Hmm. We're almost at 200 million GDP, so I think we're doing pretty well. I just took a quick look at how we were doing at this point in my like Russia live stream for 1 point. I think it's like my first run up. There is like a very early 1.8 run, I think, before the new company changes where it's fully implemented. And it looks like the new company changes have really boosted up GDP because we are about 60 million GDP higher than what that run was at. You know, our logging companies owns 85. I think we ended with roughly this much in New Russia Limited by like 1890s. So, you know, we're gonna get a lot more in Lil Pop this time. This is the most ridiculous event I've ever gotten. I don't think this is more ridiculous than the than the other events. What's it called? Getting the Socialist Internationalism event where like but the socialist country you're being international with is yourself. This is probably the most ridiculous event I've ever seen. Claiming the enactment of cultural exclusion would affect a minority group disproportionately when we're on national supremacy right now. I've just been spending a while waiting for my infamy to go down so I can do some more stuff because, you know. Oh, wait, the Beiyang government actually managed to win against the Heavenly Kingdom? That's very surprising. I wasn't really paying attention to that. But that's very surprising to me that they managed to win that, considering that they were like Beijing and Taiwan versus the entirety of South China. But they're an unrecognized regional power because they declared bankruptcy. Let's see here. How much would it be to protectorate China? 60 infamy? No, it's too much. Big sad. If we'd known they were going to win, we should have declared to protectorate them and we could have got it for so cheap. That's a bit of a missed opportunity. I hope they're bankruptcy spiraling. It looks like they are, so we can potentially subjugate them later. Like, if we start rushing civilizing mission here to get the reduced infamy, that would probably be when we can do it. Oh wow, the Ottomans are just chilling at 0 prestige. So they're or not 0, but 25 prestige. Their subjects just got free independence, I guess, because they dropped so much in prestige. That's kind of crazy. Since I just get free independence from that. Okay, we passed cultural exclusion, which apparently coincides with our government becoming illegitimate. Well, that's nice. Cultural exclusion will mean, yeah, we can take Beijing now for that legitimacy boost, except we want to just protectorate Beiyang government. But eventually we can annex them for the legitimacy boost. So it's pretty nice, I guess. You don't have a single legitimate government anymore because we just got unresponsive governance because the Gentry Assembly wanted something we could not give them. If we get a reformer in the church, we could actually pass this total separation pretty easily, probably. Where's the stall chance coming from? Oh, this guy's a traditionalist. You could just exile him. That would work. And then go, actually, illegitimate government's like good for passing, right? So yeah, we can just exile this guy and then go total separation. That is a pretty reasonable option here. Do we want total separation? I think we do, right? Freedom of conscience is pretty okay, but I think we better off the other one. We could also go down to something else. I mean, these guys are already losing decent amounts of clout. The trade unions are going up pretty well because we want autocracy. 10% clout trade unions are pretty nice. Yeah, that's very nice trade union clout actually. An offer for Alaska? No, this is unacceptable. They might hide some riches, right? You can't take my colony from me. Um, let's get Russian American company to start trying to colonize Athabasca. That seems like a good thing, right? We're only at 2.9. It's pretty surprising. We can get plus 0.5 just for existing. Oh wow, I don't own any of their buildings. That's very surprising that I don't own any of Russian American companies' buildings. That's a very high percentage there. Plus 108,732% more GDP than them. We got pump jacks, so we can now turn on the automatic irrigation PM, which will massively boost the productivity of these buildings at the expense of using up all of the motors in the world. So we will need to build a giant motor factory probably somewhere. Sure, Tambob, you can have a giant motor factory, right? You're not a peasant, yeah, so you can have a level 50 motor factory. Sounds pretty good. What are the Greeks doing? Yeah, protecting Ottomans is way too much infamy. Okay, well, I guess we'll just support you unconditionally then. Um, and we'll mobilize a little bit. I don't know why the Greeks declared this war, but guess we'll have to help them out, because we wouldn't want our subject getting annexed or anything, right? It looks like they are truly bankruptcy spiraling, because they declared bankruptcy again, and they're still going into debt. I assume the reason they're bankruptcy spiraling, yeah, it's because they have no market access down here. So these buildings are not exactly the definition of profitable. What tax level are they on, I wonder? Take a look. They're on very high taxes and they're making 10K? That's crazy. They had to have all these guys on simple org because they can't. Oh, so that's why they're making 10K. They're in a bureaucracy deficit. So they're going to build more bureaucracy, but on simple org, bureaucracy probably barely pays for itself. I don't know. These guys are probably just doomed to bankruptcy spiral, which is super nice for us because that means we can eventually protect them once we get a bunch of infamy reductions. Whoa, EIC has got some weird stuff here. They've got a dedicated police force, private schools, private health insurance. There's no way they have the money for that, right? How are they paying for all that? They're not. That's the answer. Okay. This costs money forever? Why would anyone like ever do that? That seems like I said, be never worth it, right? Surely you don't want to take that territory if it's that expensive. Central Asian nations, are you much more willing to submit to us? Yeah, that doesn't seem very worth it. Turkestan must submit to the Tsar by peace or war. Um, yeah, we just researched civilizing mission. I was gonna go for improved fertilizer, but I've swapped what I'm researching to malaria prevention because I wanna, not get cut off from Africa here, and it looks like we're getting cut off from Africa here in the West at least. So I'm just trying to ensure that doesn't happen, and I think malaria prevention seems like a pretty good way to colonize more of Africa, of course. Okay, this is actually very sad. Beijing uprose from the Beiyang, which is terrible for us because now Beiyang is actually going to have a good market. Yeah, that's not good for us. How dare you have a good market? That's against the rules. Now they're probably not even going to start. They're not even going to bankrupt again, probably. They're going to bankrupt this time, but I assume it's just because of interest. So we might need to, do this protectorate pretty soon here. Hmm. Well, we can at least look at our tax capacity, upgrade this government administrations a little bit, and then use that money or that bureaucracy to upgrade our colonial offices one more time. Right? That would be good to slightly reduce the cost. These buttons cost way too much infamy. This should not be 10 infamy. It doesn't scale off of any of the things that it normally scales off of. Like if we look here, conquering this stuff is like 5 infamy. It shouldn't cost 10 infamy to use the decision, right? Because then the decision just never gets used, ever. Why would you use it? It seems kind of pointless, because Unless the Chinese somehow make like 10 million people migrate there, it's never going to be cheaper to click that decision, right? No, America, stop trying to buy Alaska. Alaska is not for sale, ever. Taking a look at our companies here real quick, we can see Lil Pop Rowie Lowenstein's up to 460 levels, the wood company is up to 120 levels, and the coal and sulfur company is up to 75 levels. Those seem to be going pretty well. Have we unlocked vulcanization? No, we have not. So no machine steel pools yet, unfortunately. Oh, we've got up to normal with the Dominion of India. So if we start funding lobbies in them, maybe we can get to the point where they don't hate us so much that they just are stuck at max liberty desire. Exempt from service, reduced subject payments. Maybe that stuff should be enough. We can appoint a governor. What? Why are we not able to click the option that creates one that's English? I don't know. Well, it doesn't really matter, I guess, because they're already at max liberty desire anyway. So increasing their liberty desire doesn't do anything, right? It looks like I was wrong and Beiyang is still bankruptcy cycling because they just declared bankruptcy again. I assume that it's because they have so much tax waste. Yeah, they have like 100% turmoil everywhere. So they just have infinite tax waste. So I assume that's what's causing the problems, you know. It's a pretty big problem to constantly be in infinite debt. Like if you look here, we might actually not be able to take on their debt to get them out of the situation. I don't know how we're going to be able to get them out of this situation. Seems like a pretty terrible situation to be in. The Beiyang supremacist movement is going to fire as well. This would not exactly be the situation that I would want to be in if I were playing China. This is not good for them at all. Well, I hope that the colonial administrators of the government of India stop being in the East India United League, you know. That would be very nice. Because they're kind of, you know, I could probably be lowering Liberty Desire right now if it weren't for those. That darn lobby. And they're supporting the independence of my subjects, I think, right? Who's supporting Chile's independence? France is, and India. France, what do you think you're doing? There's a revolt in Beiyang. I think that we want to intentionally help out Beiyang here to stop them from getting out of the bankruptcy cycle, because the revolt won't have the bankruptcy penalty, right? Oh, the revolt is bankrupt. Okay, never mind. Maybe we don't care who wins then. I'm gonna try to put no migration controls on India, because I think they're not actually able to migrate to me. So I'd like it if they would do that, you know. That seems like it'd be good. Okay, these guys passed colonial exploitation, and now they're colonizing into Alaska. That's pretty nice. You know, they're slowly gonna get that finished colonizing up there. How's my construction doing? Pretty good. It looks like we need some wait, why is oil not employing up if we have zero what? Subsidize? What? Now it's negative 75% price even though there's still zero employees in this building. Okay. I guess we just don't have anything that needs oil yet. You can go all the way up to vacuum evaporation. That kills our productivity completely. Well, too bad. I guess they'll just have to unemploy or something. Is there anything else we can turn on that fires explosives? I don't think so. We'll turn on these other PMs for automatic irrigation, which is probably going to mean we're going to need even more motor factories, actually. You know, we love some motor factories. Actually, they're only at plus 14% price. Never mind. Build some more fertilizer plants. Everything's going pretty good. We're almost at 300 million GDP already. Fighting the civil war has, you know, temporarily reduced their turmoil pretty substantially, but they still have enough debt that they're going to go bankrupt again, which is then going to increase their turmoil, which is, you know, going to result in more bankruptcy spiraling forever for Beiyang, because Beiyang must forever bankruptcy spiral. It's the greatest thing to ever happen to the world, you know. Somehow my gold reserves are like full despite running a negative 700,000 balance, so I guess they're building even more construction somehow. I've got no clue how we can afford this much construction given how big our negative balance is, but we're gonna do it anyway. Build all the construction ever. Okay, we just got malaria prevention. Pretty big, nice. Pump this up. Yeah, only 1,000 per level, which is very cheap for us, I think. Shift work will be good for plus 20% throughput. Then we get improved fertilizers, multilateral alliances, and zeppelins. Those are all good techs, so we're gonna rush those. Oh, we got vulcanization. Okay, let's turn up. Let's start using these great rubber plantations we've been making. This is gonna be very good for our economy. Super, super nice. We can go baking powder as well. Oh, we can even go efficient canning practices here. Okay, this is so nice. Our economy is getting so big so fast. Oh, we can build lots of rubber now. It's so profitable because we've got all those tools to feed. We got so much construction to use though. How are we ever going to use this much construction? I filled my queue with like a ridiculous amount of power plants, 5 in like every single state, because I figured, we need something to use this construction on. So I figure, actually, what this will let me do. It's an achievement I don't have here. Enlightened autocrat or something. It requires you to have streetlights in every single state while being autocracy. Is it on hard achievements? Let's see. I can't find it. Let's search by possible actually. Enlightened despot. There it is. Have electrical streetlights in all states while being an autocracy. We can potentially get that because we're still an autocracy right now. Wait, did this? No, the revolt just hasn't died yet. I thought it maybe had somehow become a separatist movement. There's a labor movement in the East India Company here. So what is this gonna pass? Oh, it's gonna pass cooperative ownership. I wanted to swap, or is it gonna pass cooperative ownership? Which one does it like the most? Can we look at the proletarian core movement ideology? Yeah, it's going to pass cooperative ownership. The problem with passing cooperative ownership is it's going to kill our ownership in the country, assuming we have any. It's at least going to stop us from creating new ownership in the country. If it didn't do that, I'd quite like to trigger this labor movement and then support the labor movement because I really don't like the Dominion of India's what's it called? The stupid Dominion of India's anti-us lobby. The East India Company, government of India is not leaving it for some reason. We could try to trigger the utilitarian movement actually. This doesn't really have any laws we care too much about, does it? Banning slavery, I mean, is slightly bad, but that could be something we do. It's really stupid that electricity prices are not based on the market price of, like, it's not based on the local price for electricity, how much people buy of it. So even though there's no electricity being produced here, and since it's a local good, people still want to buy it, which doesn't make any sense. There's obviously nothing to buy. What do these people think they're doing? My queue has just been full of power plants for like forever. I've got 23 more pages of power plants left. Slowly increasing it to more states. You can see all the states it's built have blue on this. So it looks like, quite a bit of Africa and stuff. It was like 50 pages for a while, so it's certainly going down. You might have seen on that there was a war going on in India. I have reloaded to April to avoid that because the stupid bug where you can't support your subject against subjects of subjects, and Britain was supporting um, the uprising, so that was like gonna be so dumb because we couldn't help out India at all. Unlimited power! No, there must be other ways to produce electricity. That sounds good. Steam turbine would be a pretty nice upgrade. Oh, we get Nama revolting against us. Okay. We'll send over a new general to deal with that. Sure. The colonization of Africa is looking pretty good. We're going to cut off UK somewhere around here, it looks like, because we're colonizing from both sides, so we should be able to hit there before them, hopefully. I'm looking at these companies. I don't really see anything that substantial, so I'm actually going to take Russian Foods as the company because I think that that birth rate modifier will be slightly useful at least. I don't know how useful it'll be, but seems like it would be at least slightly useful to, get some more birth rates so we can get even more people, because we are actually like kind of running out of peasants. We only have 12 million peasants left, which is like a third of our population only. So it would be nice to get some more birth rate, I guess. Wow, you can see our country is it's slowly coming together. Yeah, the blue waves overcoming our great country. Are there some states that just have zero employment on it? Or I don't know how else it's actually so little, because we've actually constructed the vast majority of these. Oh yeah, the majority just don't have any employment. What if I just subsidize them all? Let's see what that does. The- Okay, now they're starting to employ, right? So take a look at the map again. It's going to be a bit different. Gotta wait for the final ones to come up. Are there still none in Kharkov? Or is Kharkov's... No, Kharkov just doesn't have them yet. Alright. Let's see where Kharkov is here. It's near the very end, seemingly. Yep. Page 8. I'm spending a ridiculous amount subsidizing the power plants with the hope that maybe we can drive up the electricity demand in these places enough that when we unsubsidize, there'll still be some demand, which will then leave the power plants with some employment. We just need the Kharkov power plants to come up online here, and then we'll probably stop subsidizing and just see if the free market can keep electricity prices good, because the subsidy is burning through cash quite quickly. Yeah, we'll turn off the subsidy now, and we'll see how things go for electricity prices around the country now. Well, this movement's actually at 100% revolution progress, but it didn't start. Is it like 99.99% or something? I don't know. Now it's at 0%? What? Huh? I don't get why it reset. Um, that's weird. Okay, I have no clue why it didn't reset there. Negative decree cost? What? That's epic. Now we can spam even more decrees. How much do they cost now? 85. Okay, we don't have any other modifiers, so it's not actually that strong. But it's still kind of nice. I wonder, maybe we should probably do manufacturing industries here, actually. That would make sense considering what pops actually live there. We can do resources and perm and stuff. Tula actually has a very large logging industry, I think, right? Oh no, it's actually not that very, it's not actually very large. Wow, our wood price is insane. I've been building too much wood, I guess. I'm gonna go ahead and invade Beijing here to get that great city, the great forbidden city, the greatest city on earth. Station some troops in eastern Siberia, bring the great, oh, this admiral is dead. Hire a new admiral, promote him. Bring them over to the C zone. We've hit 15 standard of living. That's pretty nice. That's well, big high. Although actually we want it to be like 10 for maximum pop growth. Why are there so many radicals? I saw below expected minimum, bro. You're like 3 above it. I guess you've got a couple people who are below it, especially in our states with remote social mobility, I guess. The final battle for Beijing. Okay, only 5,000 more pops to go. And then we will finally own Beijing. Yes, Russian Beijing. Free 20 legitimacy forever. No, 16. What? Why are pops getting fired? Okay, they're back. 18. It's all back. Okay, let's start incorporating it. Big nice. Very big nice. Wow, the landowners have gone down so much in clout that they would not actually be influential if they get kicked out of government. They'd go down to being marginalized. That's pretty crazy. I really hate that the trade unions are so big mad. They try to enact something they like. Um, could we enact regulatory bodies? That would be a good thing to enact. It seems like it might not do anything, which if so, that's... Oh, no, never mind. If you hover, this looks like it works. Okay, that's just weird that it doesn't show it like it does here. Using 4,000 construction is really hard, as it turns out. It's incredibly difficult. I don't know why I thought I was using auto expands already. I don't know why they went away. Maybe I just forgot to actually be using them. Well, I'm gonna put on some more auto expands, I guess, and we'll see if that maybe fixes things. But using 4,000 construction, it's tough for sure. Turn up these PMs correctly. Put on more auto expands, all the auto expands. Surely this uses all my construction, right? Right. It's got to. More auto expands. Okay, so now on Monday, yeah, we got like 8 more pages of construction from that. That's quite a bit. We get another world war, except this time it's super one-sided. USA is doomed. Oh, this is not very nice of Great Britain. They're just conquering like all of like literally all of the coast of Beiyang. Typical British AI. I'm gonna try to make the Baltic governorate stop bankruptcy spiraling by taking on their debt here. We'll see if that can maybe solve the problem. They've just been bankruptcy spiraling for like a million years. It's very annoying. They should consider stopping bankruptcy spiraling. Oh wow, Beiyang actually stopped bankruptcy spiraling. They're only oh, they're gonna bankrupt again, but they almost escaped it. But this war, I assume, is what's making them lose their title. But we're going to start return stating from these guys. Mong but all these countries are gonna support them? No shot. And yeah, we'll just return state on this. Oh, it costs 0 to primary this in terms of infamy. Okay, we'll primary it then. We do want to go deal with these people, the Xinjiang clique. Take our rightful territory that we must take over. Moldavia just requested to join the power bloc, so I've let them in. Fortunately, Wallachia doesn't want to be in. We can try improving relations with them. Oh, they're already amicable. Wow. Gotta spend more infamy, so we'll declare a new war on Altai to get to take their state. Slowly take over all these states. There's someone talking outside. Hopefully you can't hear that. We completed the Great Game, or well, we completed the Conquest of Turkestan, which gives us the Great Game event. This gives us some pretty nice bonuses here. This is so cursed. Why would UK do this to me? Big ol' war between the USA and UK here. Looking like probably a USA loss. Although USA does have lots of conscripts. No, they actually don't have that many conscripts. What? That's not the correct icon. That's the broken icon. India's Liberty Desire is finally starting to go down. It's been stuck at 100 for so long, but it's finally slowly moving down. Big nice. Oh yeah, I forgot I was supposed to be reclaiming these things. So let's go and force the Diplo play here and turn. We don't want to waste that infamy. Actually, we have so little infamy, I'm not even sure this decays during the play, so we'll just primary it, I guess. And we'll then invade Manchuria here to enforce our great demands of North Heilongjiang and North Jilin. That should give us the ruler of the East complete. Yeah. Or what? Yeah, this looks good. I was getting confused by this part, but never mind. Our GDP is looking amazing. It has regulatory bodies. We'll put that up to max level, of course, because we have infinite bureaucracy. And hopefully that will, slightly increase our pop growth, because we really needed more pop growth. We're only making 3.5 million pops a year. That's not enough, okay? And all the pops in the world. I've just started all 3 surveys at once, because I kind of forgot to be doing them. So I figure, we might as well start all of them. Oh, we're out of infamy. Um, I guess we can just declare to Protectorate Beiyang, right? Can't actually reach them yet, though. I guess we could fight Mongolia to get this stuff. How much infamy would it just be to conquer Mongolia? Not actually that much, this isn't Mongolia, right? Oh, it is. Oh, I can't put an interest in the Himalayas ever. The stupid glitch. Which which Indian subject is giving me oh, stupid Jammu and Kashmir. So yeah, if you don't know this glitch, essentially because so right now in the current patch, if you have a subject of your subject, um, and they own a piece of territory, it will give you a native interest, but it's not actually a native interest. It doesn't actually exist on this map mode, I'm pretty sure. But it doesn't let you declare an interest there. That's pretty annoying. We could just full annex the rest of Mongolia, though. That doesn't seem too bad of an idea. Connect us to Beiyang and stuff. Yeah, let's just full annex the rest of Mongolia, I think. Alright, conquer, conquer. Oh, they're gonna back down is the problem, actually. How do we make them not back down? I mean, we can just primary a couple, but there's so much infamy to primary. Primary, how to make them not back down here? Well, primary one and then primary war reps. Maybe that'll work. Let's see. Okay, they actually didn't back down. That's pretty nice. Well, I didn't actually, I forgot to assign troops. So we'll start assigning troops, I guess, to try to defend against the Mongolians. And then we can attack Beiyang after this once our infantry goes back down. They're great to take over loads of Chinese pops. Yeah, they're unrecognized power, so they're actually going to be pretty cheap to protect her, right? 24 infamy? That's a bit more than I expected, actually. Did we even have multilateral alliances and it's still 24? Oh, I guess it was like 32 before, so yeah, that makes sense. Okay. We completed the ruler of the East. I think the bottom bonus is better. This bonus is pretty, they're very similar bonuses, but I think that one's probably better. I don't know. You know, I hear there's these woke moralists. These guys do not seem very woke. They support the monarchy, so they're not very good moralists. You know. Um. What? Where is this? Oh, you're there? Okay. Too many. I wanted to annex the Baltic governorates, but no wonder we keep getting these stupid uprisings. Anyway, we can enforce our great war goals on the Mongolians. Big nice. Giant Russia expands eastwards. Start incorporating all this new stuff we've gotten recently. Been expanding quite a lot recently. I'm gonna reset production methods on all this stuff because it's got terrible production methods. That should hopefully help fix up all this stuff's bad PMs. I assume the stuff in the West is just like logging camps and stuff, which we don't want to reset, I think. Alright, we're running a huge positive balance here, so I think I'll just build even more construction, which I mean, like, it's already hard to use this much construction, so it's going to be really hard to use this much construction, but I'm sure we'll find a way. You know, we just gotta build more construction sectors, and then the needs for them will appear for us, okay? It's just the classical economics. That's probably plenty of construction, right? Oh, we only built 100. That's not even that much. Probably need to build more. Sort by this, or sort by peasants, actually. Oh, we get a new Alexander. The Peacemaker, Traditionalists. We don't like this noob. It's gonna kill the Great Reformer journal entry, which we don't care about because it's terrible anyway, but slightly unfortunate to see it go. Build. That's probably no, that's actually maybe sustainable. We have such a big investment pool here. 900K in investment pool. We can probably sustain this, which is gonna be kind of insane. Yeah, we surveyed the Panama. Dismiss? Okay. We'll take that option there. Oh, what's this event? Serbia offers us. So this is a trap, you see. If I accept this, they get military assistance from us, you see. It's not it's not fair. I want to get military assistance from them. That's not okay. Oh, we got a new company to choose here. What company do we want to go for here? I don't actually know. I'm gonna take a little bit of think about this. None of the companies seem good, so I'm going to choose the Russian Home Goods Company to get the furniture and glass, which I mean, they're decent industries, so I figure we might as well put them in as a company, right? Because there's not really any other options that seem better to me. Hunanese Uprising? I very much approve of the Hunanese Uprising. They're so close! Is there any way we can make our government or more close? Okay, let's try it. Let's see. Made it less close. What ideology do your landowners have? Let's see. Your landowners are traditionalists. Can we get a traditionalist landowner to make this even closer? Um, Landowners. Um, do we have a 3 acceptance or above traditionalist? 3 acceptance or above on a traditionalist. We do, but he can't agitate in Russia, so we can't promote him. Um, okay. Uh, what about just a pure Orthodox government? Would that potentially be good? Nope. It's so close. Come on. I really want this to become a subject, but seems like it doesn't want to. Oh, this is a recognized power as well. So, like, if these guys win, it won't even be that good for us. So there's no point supporting them unless they become our subject. I'm gonna take a look at what we can do here potentially. A giant uprising in Beiyang happened, and this is actually gonna be pretty nice for us. I did some testing. There's no way we can get the Hunanese government. But what we are gonna do is declare on Beiyang for make protectorate, and then of course at the same time support them unconditionally in their uprising because they're cheaper while they're being uprisen against. So we gotta get that cheaper price, but we also gotta make sure they have all their old territories, you know. So we'll fight a two-front war with and against them. Yeah. Okay. So there's just no front here. What? You know, it says if the support drops to 0, they're likely to leave, but they've been at 0 for like a decade, and they still haven't left the Eastern United League. Maybe it hasn't been a decade, but it's been a really long time. So I'm pretty mad that they haven't left the thing yet. Baltic governorates keeps going bankrupt before I can ask to take on their debt. I wish they would just tell me that they were going to go bankrupt so I could take on their debt. Because their debt is like 0. Because, you know, it's not a big deal. It's just, I really don't want to have them go bankrupt because then they revolution every other millisecond. Let's give them exemption from service. Where are they? Where are they? Baltic governorates. Exempt from service, so I can annex you later on. I'm gonna try to turn on electric streetlights. We'll see how that goes. I assume we turn it on in like the vast majority of our states, right? It creates electricity shortages, but that's gonna mean electricity is gonna start getting produced, right? So we should slowly see our state's electricity price go down, maybe? The Baltics are revolting again. The Baltics revolt so much. It's ridiculous how much the Baltics revolt. Okay, turns out maybe electric streetlights cost a little bit too much for some states. 1,000 in electric streetlights? There's 200 urban centers in this state. 200 urban centers. It's a couple urban centers for sure, for sure. So we'll build like a 50 stack of electricity there, I guess. That seems pretty reasonable. Oh, we get the skyscraper site. Oh, my game is lagging. Okay, I'm gonna stop the recording here, I guess. That lag was a bit weird. But yeah, we get the skyscraper, so we can start building a skyscraper for that extra government administration throughput. So, you know, that'll go to that 7% tax collection malice, but also it'll give us even more bureaucracy that we have nothing to do with. 4 million pops a year, the number just keeps growing. What? How did you non-win? How in the world did you non-win? What? I'm gonna revert back to check what happened there. Okay, well I don't have an autosave back far enough to check what happened. That is pretty unfortunate though, that we lose half of Beiyang to that. I wonder if there's any countries we can liberate out of this. Liberate country? What countries can we possibly liberate here? We can liberate UA. That's 2 of them. Xi'an is the same states as UA. None of the other ones are too useful for us. That construction number is sus. 6666 construction. Bit sus there. I'm gonna start investing in some British or some Dominion of India textile mills here. Just a level 100 textile mill. It should be pretty reasonable, right? Just level 100. We have the construction to do that pretty easily, right? How's our GN great upgrading doing? We got 100K in those buildings, dang. Not too much stuff is employed up there, unfortunately. When we went to NX Beiyang, they've got so many pops, lots of GDP we could potentially get there. I forgot to build some railways in Xi'an. That would explain the problem. We just need like 30 railways, and then all will be solved, okay? We'll get infrastructure, and then the state will become good again. Bruh, the Han are revolting. I'm just trying to give you a better life. Come on, guys. I'm just trying to build a level 30 railway. Stop trying to revolt. You idiots. Just don't revolt, okay? I really need to build this railway. You don't need to revolt against me. You'll just delete my railways. Which would not be very big nice if you deleted my railways. Well, they're gonna revolt against me regardless of what I say. So, slightly unfortunate, because I really worked very hard on those railways. You shouldn't just delete them. I worked so hard on them. Come on, guys. I need to start building more so I can get my GDP number up. So it seems like I've heard people in the Discord say this for a while, but apparently abdications are broken. Because I checked back a couple months ago when we had the ref brewing, and even though there was an insurrectionary movement, or maybe it's not bugged actually. I mean, technically the landowners don't oppose it, but it just feels weird that we couldn't abdicate to that, assuming that those are the conditions. But I guess that just kind of makes sense because landowners technically don't oppose it. It's just the other IGs, I guess, but I feel like they kind of should. We could take, if we put the landowners out of government, they're going to instantly become marginalized. I don't know if we want them to become marginalized. We could abdicate if the landowners are marginalized. I don't think this guy's much better. Actually, he is. This guy's imposing. But if we can't put the landowners in government, we're going to have super illegitimate governments. Okay, I'm going to start building the 30 railways in Xi'an again. We can actually get the state to have anything useful in it. Because, the Rev canceled my Great Railway building. It also canceled my starting of incorporation. Wow, the game is getting kind of quite laggy here. Wait, Gansu actually has that much pop in it? I didn't realize Gansu had so many pops in it. Wow, the game is so laggy. With the 4 naval invasions in Korea? What is this nonsense? Wow, the game is actually getting really laggy. We've just swapped all of our logging camps into electric sawmills, which actually crashes the price of wood even further than it already was crashed. Furniture manufacturers is where this is being used, for example. Like, how profitable are those given this insanely cheap price of wood? They're pretty profitable. Like, this building would actually not even be profitable without that, I think. Wow. Is there any consumption taxes we can add to take more money? These are kind of effective. Nothing truly insanely effective, though. Once our truce is up with Yunnan, we'll want to protect them as well. Maybe their capital might be here. No, it's not. Okay, never mind. So they'll be nice for our market. We're up to 60% literacy. That's about where we want to be, I think. We should get off of child labor anyway, though, because you don't like that extra mortality of farmers and stuff. It's bad to have extra mortality. Um, I don't like old age pension because it gives negative workforce ratio, which I think is just a pretty terrible modifier to get a negative in. Kind of would like to go women's suffrage here, but only the trade unions support it, and you can't really get the trade unions in government at all. Is there any way we can get a legitimate government to start passing some sort of voting at this point? We need like the industrialists to get in government. Is there a way we can do that? Okay. Yes. So we're gonna go down to high taxation, which you probably could have done a while ago. But we'll swap this to being our government, and it's only 4% more stall chance. I mean, that is a pretty large deal. Oh, oligarchy is actually easiest here. Why is oligarchy easiest? Makes the church less mad. I mean, I think oligarchy is actually pretty good compared to landed voting. Could try to go oligarchy here. Don't really go oligarchy too often, so I think I'll give oligarchy a try. I've not really used it too much. I have no clue how Finland got independence. Well, we'll just get them back in the block, I guess, and then resubjugate them. You're not going to stay independent for long, Finland. Even though this is like obviously probably not optimal, I'm gonna annex Baltic governorates here just because the revolutions are super annoying. So it's just gonna be more convenient if they just become a part of me, even though it's gonna result in some liberty desire for the rest of our subjects that, would be ideally avoided. Oh wait, what? I thought it was supposed to be gotten the second you declared a annexation war now. Is it actually after you annex them? I don't feel like that's how it was in 1.8.3. Maybe they changed it again? Hmm. Oh, we just got macroeconomics, which means we get another +5 mappy and an extra, what's it called? Company. Let's take a look at, yeah, that makes our buildings that are on the rivers just so much more profitable. Plus 112,000 balance, 31 productivity. You can see the bump in productivity when we got the mappy increase right there. Pretty big bump in productivity for sure. Now, what company do I put in? Um, like, we kind of don't really care much about the industries. I mean, a motor company could be all right. I mean, we could just do oil. Yeah, oil seems like a reasonable thing to do here. The oil company of Stavropol, where I just acquiesced to the opposition members' demands and it made them mad. It doesn't like make any sense. Uh, war in the mud. What is what is the more war in the mud? Let's start bankrolling Finland and stuff, I guess. I don't know, we need to get them in the block. Oh, we can take on their debt. That should let us use the obligation on them. Okay, once we get them up to 20, it should be guaranteed. They want to conquer Shandong. That is not acceptable. I think we'll just conquer Shandong before them. Uh, oh, it's gonna be annoying. I don't know who gets it first if we both try to conquer it here. Well, we'll just try it. It's only 4 infamy or 5 infamy we lose, right? So we'll just grab those 3 battalions. Hopefully they don't cap to our evil enemies here. We can just send over some troops here. We're getting qualifications very fast in GN due to our insanely large university. So eventually we'll be able to get this state to be an insanely large GDP state like Kharkov is. Kharkov almost at 100 million GDP. Pretty. Oh, bro, they backed down to Great Britain. No, we get robbed of the great state we wanted. Can we lib Shandong? Is that a releasable? Dang, it's not. The British are stealing our territory. I do not approve of these evil thefts. I really want to build in the Dominion of India, but all their states have huge turmoil, and all their states that don't have huge turmoil are unincorporated. Actually, no, all these states have huge turmoil too now. Yeah, I think they're just declaring bankruptcy constantly, maybe. They are, yeah. It's a bit of a problem. I think this bankruptcy nerf needs to be fixed. India got off of extraction economy. No, that's not okay. You can't just get off of extraction economy. So, I hope this revolution triggers, and if it does, we're going to side with the revolution, because there's no longer a point in supporting them if they don't have extraction economy. Mexico has almost passed the US in GDP from our great investments. Let's see, how much of Mexico's GDP do we own? Oh, just a solid 40% of it. Yeah, pretty medium, considering that their investors will buy a lot of the stuff we take. Well, I mean, it's like insanely high, is what I mean to say. Um, we can start lowering autonomy on some of these guys. Seems like a good play. Get Mexico to start paying us some some of our rightfully deserved monies. Mexico is paying us the most now. Wow, more than the Dominion of India. They're very big, nice. Uh, okay, India does indeed get a revolt. I think we side with the revolt here. This is going to be a bit of a tricky war, but I think we can win it. We don't want to, assuming these guys still have the lobby, right? Yes. Oh, but the lantern, or the industrialists aren't actually in it, so, hmm. Oh, wait, what? They have a huge pro-us lobby now? Oh, yeah. Okay, never mind. We actually love them. I'm lying. We love the East India Company because they have a huge pro-Russian lobby, which is super useful. I think most of our peasants are just in a couple states, so I'm going to start turning on all the labor-saving PMs now, and we'll see how much higher that can let our GDP go if we just turn on all the labor-saving PMs and then start employing more people up in all these states with all this extra free labor that we get from doing this, hopefully. I don't know, in the USA game, it felt like doing this didn't increase our amount we could increase our GDP up too much, but hopefully this time we can make it a bit better. Yeah, that looks like it's not too great of a deal. I don't know. Let's look through here. Um, that one looks best because it increases max productivity reached. This looks good. Nope. Okay, let's check out this. That should up our peasants amount quite a lot. Wait, it didn't seemingly at all. Um, is that making our GDP fall? Seriously? No, you're not supposed to make my GDP fall. Glass production. Okay, we'll build some more glass. You know, that can use our construction. How much GDP can we get here, please? 850 million? It's not even that great. We need more. The Russian Home Goods Company has actually got quite a few levels in it already. Like the glass mills here and everything. Quite a lot of them are being bought up. Actually, we just have insane amounts of these industries probably, right? Let's see. Actually, looks like it's about a sixth maybe. No, a bit more than that. A third, I think. Um, 1,368 levels of Lil Pop, Rowie, Lowenstein. About our wood company, 455 levels. How much of that? How much wood do we have? Like 70% of our wood or something. Yeah, this is being pretty insane. 483 of that, 231 of this, 155 of food. How many food do we have? Let's see, 263 in food. So yeah, pop growth here looking pretty good. We're about to hit 250 million pop. Number four GDP in the world. Number four GDP per capita in the world, and our subjects. Oh, this one's a decentralized. This one's our indirect subject, and this one's our subject. So basically, we're doing very good on the GDP per capita. Why is a decentralized number one GDP per capita? That's just not true. That's their GDP per capita is like 0.25, bro. You're capping. I forgot to put my interest over here so I can colonize the Oceania area. What a noob. Don't even get to have random colonies over here. There might be a little bit left I can colonize, at least in mainland Papua. You can give it a try, at least. I'm turning Persia into one giant opium plantation. It'd be really nice if they researched the opium plantations thing. You know what I'm talking about. The um, automatic irrigation. If they research that, that would be pretty nice. The economic dependence we have on Dominion of India is making them lose liberties that are so fast, along with that good old lobby, making them drop quite a lot, for sure. Wish I could make it a little bit faster, though. Could try to make these guys a colony. I don't know who we want to reduce independence on next. We could try to, our relations with Beiyang are just so bad. I'm gonna go ahead and protectorate Yunnan here. They're a nice little protectorate to have. What? Yeah, Yunnan is a nice protectorate to have because they give you, or no, just because they have lots of pops, you know. Pop's good. Yunnan backed down, so we'll start improving relations with them now. Nice, 69 million population. Wow, that's very nice. 900 million GDP, only 100 million more GDP to go till 1 billion. Well, it turns out we are forced to side with Yunnan here or else they break free, so we're going to support them. I guess we'll have to sign some troops down there, or we can just cap immediately, I think, actually. Oh yeah, what I was doing before I had to restart because of that, is I was building up a bunch of military, because I wanted to use my construction on something, so I figure, we might as well just build a little bit of military. Um, yeah, just like, a couple hundred battalions of military to ensure we're the strongest military power. So that should, okay, we're almost at a billion. Yes, 1 billion GDP has been reached. That's not a valid number of levels. Weird. Anyway, I was gonna build like a huge navy as well. They say huge navies, they give you lots of prestige. I hear prestige is pretty good for some things. So we'll try to up our prestige. Well, I don't think we're gonna be able to pass Russian American company. We're the number 2 GDP per capita in the world, though. That is going to shoot all the way down to like below 10th once we annex Dominion of India, though, because it's an extra 200 million pops and only 100 million GDP. So it's not going to be great for our GDP per capita. Although, like, our GDP per capita, would already be way higher if we had known all the stuff in East Asia that has terrible GDP per capita right now. Like, yeah, pretty much all this stuff down here. Beijing. Oops, it looks like my, opium plantation building has resulted in some pretty ridiculous low infrastructure in Persia. Gotta go deal with that. If the menu would ever load, that is, of course. That menu took a really long time to load. Okay, EIC, you better not lose this independence war. I don't think you will, though, right? Surely you don't lose this independence war. It looks so easy. Come on. You got like 50% more battalions. Do these guys have better miltech, maybe, though? Let's take a look at their miltech. Barracks. These guys have like skirmish. And what is Dominion of India using? Also skirmish. So, I think that EIC wins, but the number of fronts might make the AI make them lose though. I don't know. It's a pretty tough amount of fronts. Actually, it's not that many fronts. It's usually way worse, but it looks like they join in mostly clumps, so it should be fine. Looks like the Dominion of India is successfully winning the Civil War. Oh, maybe not. Well, if they take a wad, that should be a good step towards victory at least. I'm gonna invade the Ottoman Empire here. That seems like a pretty decent country to invade, right? You always gotta do a little bit of invading of the Ottoman Empire as Russia. It's just like basically mandatory. To invade Russia. Like, if you don't invade Russia, are you even playing? If you don't invade the Ottomans, it's Russia. Are you even playing Russia? I don't know. We get an Indian uprising in our colony, which gives us this event. Obviously, we're not going to make India go independent. It's just 5% lower strata radicals. Like, why would we make India go independent over that? You think I'm crazy, game? We have a ridiculous amount of radicals, really. Um, I don't know why we have so many radicals, to be honest. Like, we're getting radicals from decreases in standard of living when our um, standard of living is 17, and it's gone up so much recently. It's a bit weird, really. Well, we're gonna be crushing this Indian uprising, just like India's crushing their uprising, or their like subject uprising. Han National Movement 2, Electric Boogaloo? No. Oh, what am I doing? I'm assigning this army as if it wasn't obviously needed to win against the Ottomans. I'm actually throwing the game. We're gonna lose the Ottomans if I keep doing this stuff. I'm a thrower. Oh, did we need that legitimacy? We actually might have. While I'm not constructing anyway, let's just go down on taxes again. Make our SOL number 1 in the world. Who's number 1 right now? Let's take a look. The Ionian Islands? Wow, the Ionian Islands are so rich. They must like have a huge financial district. Yeah, the Ionian Islands is truly incredibly rich. This happens when It's because you get 3x financial district bonus when you're it's so small. So they're doing the reinvestment strat, and they're investing in tiny subjects, I assume, with foreign investment principle. So they can invest in all the subjects with lower power ranks than them. So they've got buildings all throughout the British Empire, I assume. Yeah, we can see they've got buildings in tiny subjects over in India and some other areas, some minor possessions as well. Wow, Brazil and Spain are actually putting up a good fight. We're actually just gonna try to land the capital of the Ottoman Empire here, I guess. That should work, I assume. It always works pretty much. The Indian uprising should get crushed in a second here. It's just outnumbered by the normal dominion of India. Okay, we're gonna crash the price of clothes by turning on electric sewing machines. Turn on electric sewing machines. 14,000 more clothes. Are we crazy? That's so many clothes. Let's look at Kyiv. Oh, all these electricity plants are now gonna have shortages. Well, once electricity prices go back to normal, should have a bit of a better. Oh, we should put all these guys on like a higher luxury PM, right? I mean, at least this one sounds better. Do we even want to go to elastics? No, I don't think we do. Looks like it's worse. Precision tools, though. No, we want to go luxury furniture production, maybe. Precision tools? Wait, is this actually better? It is. No, not in Beijing. But in a lot of places, we might want to turn that one on. Get some more luxury furniture here. Nice. We're in the Ottoman capital, and this front has split into two. So there's now this front, which we're losing on, and this front, which we're winning on. So if we just make it to connect to Constantinople here, it's going to be pretty nice. Before then, we are kind of struggling. We want to probably mobilize more troops to send to defend this front here, because it is a bit of a struggle to defend it. We want to make sure don't lose Constantinople here. We're very slowly pushing from the north, but it's slow. Oh, we pushed into Bulgaria, so now we can start way more battles. Okay, we finally can force this war. Get ourselves an Ottoman protectorate. Pretty big, nice, The Ottomans make our market very big. Big market. If we had Egypt, we could connect all the way to Africa. We don't have Egypt yet, though. Stupid British control it. Now we're at 1 billion GDP without even using our construction. I should build more military, though, because that war was surprisingly close. So therefore, we must make more military to make it less close in the future. Yes, more military, more military, more military. Big nice militaries. We love military. And the Russian Tsar must have all the militaries in the world. Oh, something has dropped the Russian-American company down, so it's not just called Alaska. No, that's just the state map mode. Never mind. Oh, we were number one. Now we're number seven. What? No, it depends on which one we're looking at. Oh yeah, it's because our GDP is going down because our construction queue's emptying. But anyway, we're really high on the GDP thing. Can we subjugate Finland yet? Yeah, we can. All right. Nice, easy Finland subjugation. Big nice. Okay, this video is getting really long, so this is where I'm going to end it. Subscribe if you want to so I can get monetized, and goodbye.